everyone. My name is Pamela Pitcher, and welcome to my podcast, Awaken to the Best You. This podcast is designed to inspire and propel you to a newfound level of empowerment and clarity. Through cultivating the art of thinking, you'll learn how to detangle your thought knots and train your brain to break through obstacles. You'll learn to focus on what matters most and make effective choices to become a remarkable you. Welcome everyone to my 20th podcast. Gosh, where has the time gone? If you're a new listener, welcome. And if you're a returning listener, thank you for continuing your journey with me. I've promised to give my listeners tips, tools, and techniques that will help them become the best version of themselves. In this podcast, I'm providing you with a technique to change a negative situation in your mind's eye because there is no point in dwelling on the negative. It just makes us feel bad. I used to feel sorry for myself a lot. I became a sad girl when my father died when I was 5 years old. Little did I know the challenges that lay ahead for that little girl. She would become downhearted, disheartened, and full of despair. The agony I experienced in the environment of my family home lasted until the age of 19, through so many of my formative years. That year, our house burned to the ground, and one of my brothers died in the fire. Emotional pain became deeply imprinted in my mind. I learned how to feel sorry for myself very well, which in turn exacerbated the pain level I was experiencing. The pain of losing my brother in that fire was just as intense as when my dad died. When I got divorced years later, that intense pain returned. And this surprised me because I was the one who made the decision to leave the marriage. My ex-husband was still alive, yet I was in so much pain. A few years later, when I left Vancouver to relocate to San Francisco, that pain was back, as it was when I moved to the United Kingdom. These transitional events were a death of sorts in that they triggered the pain memory of loss, confusion, and searching to find my way. Sure, I became a highly successful woman in finance, yet the hurt little girl remained in me. And there's tremendous energy in pretending everything is okay. I finally had enough and found people and tools that could help me release the thoughts that were holding me back. I decided to use my energy to heal myself. Nobody else can do that for you. However, the good news is I'm about to give you a mind technique to help you with negative thought knots. Emotional intelligence is about managing your feelings well and using them to make good decisions. It's difficult to make good decisions when our mind is in the mire. Today's mind tool is one to help you move through a negative situation effectively. It worked brilliant for me to overcome negative situations from the past that would come flooding back as a memory. So you are about to do a creative visualization to begin to train your subconscious mind to release negative emotion that may be holding you back. The unconscious mind is 95% of our mind and controls most of what we do, so it's really important to be able to program your mind for positivity. So pick a negative situation or scenario where you'd like to reduce the emotion as it gives you angst. And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being nothing much and 10 being extreme, what number would you rate the emotion that you feel when you think of this negative situation? Is it a 5, a 6? Just make a note of that and put the negative situation to one side for a moment. To prepare for the visualization, I'd like you to sit down in a chair with your feet on the ground and your hands in your lap for this visualization technique. Ensure that nothing is crossed. As we focus our imagination better with our eyes closed, can you please close your eyes and take a few deep breaths? Now I'd like you to think about your forearms. Determine which one feels more relaxed. Pick the one that feels more relaxed. Now imagine that arm becoming more relaxed. And with every out-breath, that arm relaxes a little more, and then a little more. The muscles relax. The relaxation spreads all the way up your arm and then into your other arm. Any tension that you may have felt fades away. Now you're going to spread relaxation throughout your entire body. Imagine the relaxation spreading up and across your shoulders. With every out-breath, your shoulders relax. Your neck, your head, and now the relaxation loops back downward, running down your spine so your back is relaxed. Running down your legs, down through your sit bones, your hamstrings, your calf muscles, all the way down to your feet to the very end of your big toe. And the relaxation loops again and begins to move up the front of your calves, your knees, thighs, your hips, all the way up to your midsection. All of your organs relaxing now. Your entire being is enveloped in relaxation, as though in a relaxation bubble, utilizing your imagination for relaxation. All your cares can just float away as you listen to the sound of my voice. You can notice your legs upon the chair, your hands in your lap, your feet on the floor. Perhaps you notice your pulse, the beating of your own heart. Allow yourself to become more and more absorbed in the life and energy of your own body, and bask in the relaxation. Now begin to think of that negative situation that you would like to release. See the scenario, the memory of that scenario that is causing you angst. See it in your mind's eye. Notice, are you seeing the image of the scenario in front of you, or behind you, or to the side of your head? And what size is that image? You could be curious about that. Now allow your mind to shrink the image of that scene if the image is large. And conversely, if the image is small, then blow it up and make it larger. And as you see the image, if you are imagining it in color, then change the image to black and white. And if you see it in black and white, then change it to color. Whatever colors that you see, notice that they begin to fade, fading out to gray. Place the image outside your head and push the image away from you, as far away from you as you want it to go. Send it halfway around the world or all the way to Mars. Now turn the image back into its original version. Notice if the intensity has lessened. And as you think of the negative situation, what do you hear? How loud are the voices? Your voice, their voice. If the voices are loud, begin to turn the volume down. And if the voices are low, turn the volume up. If it helps, you can imagine the volume key on your computer, tablet, or phone, and you're turning the sound up or down with that key. When you hear the voices, begin to change the tone and rhythm. If the voices are high-pitched, make them low-pitched. If the voices are fast, slow them down. If the voices are soft, make them boisterous, and if the voices are slow, speed them up. Begin to override the voices and sounds with your favorite music. Turn up the music so loud that you can barely hear the voices until they fade into a whisper. Turn the voices as speaking away from you instead of towards you, and now move them outside of your body. Imagine taking a slingshot or a tennis racket or a baseball bat any object you prefer, and then take a big swing and boom, propel the negative voices into the distance as far away as you'd like them to go. Now bring the voices and sounds back to their original volume, cadence, and pitch, and notice if the intensity has lessened. As you imagine the negative scenario, think about how it makes you feel. Perhaps it makes you feel anger, or perhaps sadness, I don't know. Whatever feeling comes up for you, determine where in your body you are feeling that feeling. Some people feel feelings in their stomach, and others in their heart space. And some people stuff their feelings deep inside, making it difficult to feel altogether. What emotion do you associate with that feeling? Wherever you feel the emotion in your body, move it out of your body, and with it out of your body, notice that you feel the opposite. If you felt sad, now you're feeling happy. If you felt anger, now you feel joy. And if you're fearful, now you feel confident. And wrap those negative feelings outside your body into a ball and propel them away as far away as they need to go. Now bring those feelings back to their original state and determine if the intensity has lessened. And now you can be certain which method is the best for you. Perhaps changing what you see has lessened the intensity for you. Perhaps changing what you hear, or maybe it's changing what you feel. Whatever your unconscious mind determines is best for you, do that now by either look as you push the image away from you, fading into the distance, or turning the voices as speaking away from you and propelling the voices and sounds far away, or propelling the negative feelings outside your body far and away. Practice this technique whenever you are faced with negativity, and do it over and over until it sticks and the intensity is lessened to a rate that you want. Maybe it's a 1 or a 2 or a 3. And you've trained your brain to move towards positivity and joy. Those are much better places to be. Be persistent in your practice because you deserve it. Training your brain takes time. It takes 21 days to form a new habit. So I recommend you do this technique whenever that negative situation appears in your mind, or bring it up yourself every day for a month and do the visualization. I've trained my brain so well that when those thoughts pop up, it takes me just seconds to send them away. I give them no energy. Whoop, they're gone with a wave of the hand. Having compassion for ourselves means we can be kind-hearted not only to us, but to others. Compassion is gentle, whereas being a martyr is being a constant sufferer. Let go of being restricted by your past story. Feel the aliveness in your body. I think it was Jim Carrey who said, a fellow Canadian, who said, "You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love." Please remember to subscribe and share across social media. I'd really appreciate that, as Awaken to the Best You is my way of giving back. The more, the merrier. And I'd also love to read your comments, so please send your feedback my way so I know how to help you the most. Thank you again. Ciao for now.